Hi, OpulenceDraws here. This week's video is about my original character, Fox. I did a speed paint a while ago of him and gave him a super brief backstory. The link to that video is in the description, go check it out. But I still have 2 more drawings of him, so why the heck not squish them into one video. I am also currently writing his story out. It's just a fun thing that I come back to every now and then, so I'm not expecting it to be finished anytime soon. But I have written the prologue, which I'll be reading out at the end, so make sure you stick around for that. The first drawing is a reference sheet. Now please keep in mind that I drew this just over a year ago and I did not know how to draw cats. I really hate the side view headshots because he looks like a dog, and also, what is that front view? At least I deleted it and started over. And his bandana is a blob. Anyway, before I diss myself any further, I like the full body because I think I got his proportions right, as he's a smaller cat. For the next speed paint, it's Fox's barn cat and Moonshine, or Moonpaw, who is a silver tabby. I do not like this design of her, but it's fine. It was the first time I drew her after all. The start of her story is that her father, Cold Star, I know, creative name, is the evil leader of Shadow Clan, and her mother, Silverflower, tries to take her away through River Clan territory to Wind Clan, as Hailstar is known for his kindness to cats outside of his clan. However, as she left, a blizzard raged through the territories and left her dead. Moonkit survived somehow, and she was found by a River Clan patrol, rushing back to the safety of camp. They took her in and she became an apprentice. At her first gathering, she meets Fox, who is currently called Duskpaw. They train at borders regularly and soon become close. Now I will read the prologue. The dark grey sky, blotted out with clouds, stretched endlessly ahead, littered with millions of tiny shards of snow. The ground was smothered with endless layers of ice and cold, barely visible through the wrath of the storm. A shape trudged along the snowdrifts that threatened to drag it down. She stopped and lifted her head. All she could see. I am just going to interrupt your viewing to point out that my sister scribbled unreadable things on the canvas, and she does it again in a second. Anyway, on with the prologue. Was snow upon ice upon frozen ground. A tiny bundle hung weakly in her shivering jaws, mewling pitifully. She screwed her eyes shut and plodded on. She had to make it. Her kit would die out here. Wind Clan territory must be somewhere over here, she thought, desperately. She knew she was still in River Clan territory. As she trudged on, her mind started to wonder despairingly if she had brought her only kit to its death. No, she thought stubbornly. She doesn't deserve to live there. All of them are evil. They would hurt my kit. My kit, not Cold Star's. Her former mate was pure evil and malice. He wouldn't show a drop of kindness to any cat, let alone his own daughter. Cold Star would abuse her. Her kit was too special for that. As she trudged along, the ground beneath her shifted, and she felt her paws give way beneath her. She collapsed onto the ground, and her kit mewed in surprise as she skidded away from her. The mother crawled weakly up to her baby and wrapped her body around the shivering bundle of fur. She was going to die out here. I hope a wind clan patrol finds her, she thought slowly as her eyes started to close. The cold was building up inside of her, and she was shivering violently. Goodbye, my beautiful kit. The dark grey sky, blotted out with clouds, stretched endlessly ahead, littered with millions of tiny shards of snow. The ground was smothered with endless layers of ice and cold. Barely visible through the wrath of the storm, a still shape lay in the snowdrifts that threatened to drag it down. A kit mewls for help. She nestled closer to the still warm body. She was freezing and shivering. The only thing that kept her from the same fate as her mother was that she had hope. Hope that someone would find her. Suddenly her ears pricked as she heard something above the howling wind and snow that swirled in her face. Footsteps? She mewled for help. A shape bounded towards her. He sniffed her, and then her mother. She found herself being picked up and carried away from the body. Her breath caught in her throat as the limp shape faded away in the blizzard. Goodbye, Mother, and thank you. I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe and have a wonderful week.
Pop.